100 radio, internet mainstream station. We back. We back, man. I know y'all. Hopefully, the people that have been tuned in been seeing all of the fun and all the independent artists that came through. But I know I told y'all, 300 radio is not just about music. And this is the thing that separates us from the rest because we go into every facet of entertainment there is. So we've been blessed, right? Not only did we hold up, did we? I don't know. I gotta find this out. Did you officially sign on yet with B100?
I signed on, but I haven't turned my papers in.
You your papers in?
But I'm an employee here, so I work.
Yeah, she does. This is why I brought that up, right? Because this is, I don't want to say up and coming comedian or established comedian or comedian that's just been popping, right? But this is Miss Grady, baby.
Hello, world. Hello, B100. Shout
she like
out
when
to
I say
B100.
her name, like Miss Grady, baby. So, talk to the people.
Hey, everybody. I'm glad to be here. I love it here. When I walk in, I feel at home. Like I just walked in. There's a lot of people here. And I was like, who are these people? Like who in my house? I'm joking.
Nah, don't feel that way.
Supposed to feel that way, though?
Don't feel that way.
Oh, okay.
We try to keep this thing like a family here.
Yeah.
So, B100, we're coming here to basically establish not only just a huge imprint in here, but give everybody else a platform as well to actually showcase their particular talent and skill. And we've been hearing all the news you've been making, right? So, how long have you actually been doing comedy?
10 months.
You did 10 months?
Wow. 10 months.
10 months?
I got on the stage. My first time on stage was like January the 11th at Uptown Comedy. And I opened up the page, the comedy page, and it's been 10 months.
What made you do that?
Well, I've been entertaining all my life and doing birthdays, hosting. I come from the bar industry, so I'm comfortable with people and I love people. And when the pandemic hit, a lot of my friends were like, go ahead and share yourself with the world. So I reached out to Mr. Inappropriate. Shout out to Mr. Inappropriate. I just did a show with him last night. And he posted a post saying that he was taking open mics at Uptown. I said, can I go on stage? And I went on stage and I made the local JJ and it changed my life.
All right, hold on. You just kind of breezed by that. Kind of said, made the little JJ. What?
I took a monkey bear and sewed the hands behind his back and sewed the legs, and I cut some hair weave off a wig and glued it all over the monkey bear and sewed it on the front of my shorts because I gained weight and I couldn't see mine no more, so I made me one so I could see it. My stomach anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your first show. That was the first
show, and for once, a no changed my life in a good way. A no.
What's a no-no?
That's what I tell my grandbaby. That's the no. Somebody touch that. That's no. That's no. So one day she told a friend of mine. She was little. She was like, "Oh, grandma, her no stinking." I was like, "Oh shit." But the girl didn't know what she was talking about.
She know what she's talking about. I thought they may know it now.
I know.
Now y'all know.
Oh, I hope she not watching.
I know those smell it right. No.
Yeah.
So after, that was the first thing they actually just took the chance to see, I'm going out there and do it. All right. So did that actually convince you, like, you know what, I'm gonna continue to do this, or was there another moment that actually took place?
Well, the energy from the crowd, it does something to me. It's like a high. And I love that feeling. I come from a rough childhood, so to see people smile and laugh at my pain is like, wow, I can get rich because I have a lot of pain to tell. So I'm like, okay, if they find it funny, then let me share with the world. I've been kind of holding back, because I don't want to embarrass my family or humiliate them, but a lot of A-list comedians, like, you got to open up. You know, you open up and share a lot of that. You know, when I talked to them about that, it was like it'll go up, you know, because people can relate. So that's why I don't like people to judge me, sort of say, like, you don't know my story, you don't know where I come from, you don't know where I'm trying to go. But everything I do, there's a message behind it. Some people miss the message, some people get the message. But after that first time, people's just calling like, hey, we want you to come here, we want you to come here. And it's continued to do that. And what I tell the new comedians like myself, I be in people DM. Like I'm sharing this with the world right now. This is exclusive. I will DM a club promoter, you know, introduce myself like it's a hustle. Like it just don't come to me and I just make it look good on the IG. It's marketing. Yeah.
Stay in the mind because we got so much going on. I'm quite sure it's be in my DM too.
Yes, me and DMs.
So like to understand that. So like you have mentioned that I'll open up for like where do this baby come from?
The name.
The name?
The name or me?
No. Where do you come from?
I'm from Atlanta, born and raised here. Grew up in Harris Home and Templewood Projects. And then we migrated to Cascade. So that's where I ended up on Cascade. I hang on the west side. I like to go over there, you know, and be myself at the bootleg houses. Shout out to all the bootlegs. Shout out to all the bootlegs houses on the west side. Yeah, and you know, police might be listening. But yeah, so I like to go be myself. I like to be around people. I can be myself. If I feel like I can't be myself, then I'll shut down or I won't come around. So a lot of times people like, she don't come to this or she don't show up for that. It's because the energy. I can't enjoy myself because of that dark energy. So you have good energy, Kelvin. I'm sorry I touched you. I'm sorry. It did it on its own. It was yeah, so I'm from Atlanta, and the name come from the hospital. I wanted something that related to me, that related to Atlanta, and that was funny because everybody always say, "Oh, you're a Grady baby." I don't know where that come from, but now that I'm older and I named myself that, it's a damn slave master name. So I'm like, the darkest woman in the world is named after a slave master. But I'm gonna keep that name. That slave master name gonna make me millions. All my ancestors. Yes.
What made you want to be a part of B100?
I was kidnapped. I didn't ask for this. I didn't choose this.
Gotta watch the words you say, man. This is B100 Radio, man. We ain't kidnapping nobody.
I'm joking.
I'm a little broke.
I'm joking. So Mocha, she came to a show with Mo Williams a while back. I had my own little room, and I met her a while back. I really didn't meet her, but she was in the audience, and I was hosting, and then we ran into each other at Celebrity Lounge. Shout out to Celebrity Lounge. And she told me she had a radio station. How would I like to co-host for her? And I'm like, sure. You know, I never done radio. So I was nervous. I was like, how am I doing on radio? And the energy in the room, in the building, I'm like, okay, this is, you know, good. So here I am. And I think Miss Tina sent Mocha some information like, hey, who's that young lady? Like, y'all energy are good. And so here I am. And this guy named Kelvin. So, you know, thanks to y'all, you know, and shout out to Miss Deb. Every time I see her, I can't stop smiling. I don't know why I'm starstruck. She reminds me of me.
There's also things that you do outside of comedy. Yes. Things. So all this time, then you just started becoming, you know, just got into the comedy world. What was you doing?
Well, I worked for Fulton County government. No, it's a good
sound effect.
Yeah, sound effect. Yeah, so I've been with them 8 years. You know, I do a lot for the communities. We work with kids a lot and the community. I have this beautiful facility where I rent out space for weddings, birthdays. I book a lot of the commissioners, mayor meetings. So I'm a big dog over there in that world. So you never know who people are, you know. and what they can make, happen for you. And I've been in the bar industry a long time. It's been 2 years since I worked at the bar, but shout out to Backstage Lounge, Joe Douglas, that's Franklin Beverly Mays manager. I worked for them for years, and so I'm kind of known, in the bar industry and just throughout Atlanta. Like, I do a lot. I love community work, I do. I have to put in. It's gonna come back.
Well, you definitely put it, because I see the work you're doing. I was kind of impressed though too, because just handling this type of work, I mean, just work for Plain County, doing this, and then taking the time to dedicate stuff to comedy work, which is something kind of like off kilter that says,
yes,
you comedy too.
Yes, it's so far left.
Yeah, like I really do it. So some people may be like tiptoeing and playing, but like you're really doing it.
I got a long way to go, but I think I'm on the right track. I'm learning. I listen. I don't listen, because some people give you advice and you're looking at them like you have to take your own advice before you can give somebody advice. So,
but you can.
I still listen.
You can learn something.
I take from it, but I just don't move on it like they want me to move on it. I wait on God. And that's why I think this is going so good for me, is because I waited on God to say go. I could have been started doing comedy 20 years ago, and I feel like I've been doing it over 20 years because I've been entertaining since I was 18. But I just opened up myself to the world 10 months ago. But I've been making people laugh all my life, family, friends, parties. And what's crazy is I've done more kids' birthday parties than anything. Yeah.
I heard it was other comedians talking to me, and I was in the room with actually like learning how to be funny without all the profanity, derogatory stuff.
Yeah.
And just learning how to actually do that.
Yeah.
So you already.
I know how to do that. I speak public events all the time. I choose to do that.
Yeah.
The cursing is the glue. Yeah. And I don't think cursing is funny. My fans do. Period. Yeah, I just hosted about 2 weeks ago. I hosted a show for a church event and got 3 bookings from that event. So I'm versatile. Like, I can stand in the room with.
Why I said that's where the majority of the money.
Yeah, that's where the money is. Yes, it has to be clean. But then I look at some of the comedians who's on TV, like Miss Pat. Big shout out to Miss Pat. They want her to be her. So whatever works for you works for you, and whatever works for me works for me. I feel like it's like that, because I may get called for neck flit, raw uncut, so they're gonna want that. And a lot of time when people call to book me, they tell me what they want, and that's what other comedians don't know. A lot of comedians have been judging me, and I hear it, and I'm like, wow, I think everybody's great, everybody doing a good job. I go up, we all go up. Not the people I met, not the people I'm watching. It's like everybody wanna, get to the top, and that's fine. But you got to have some kind of, you got to discipline yourself.
Yeah, instead of
pulling people down and
stand on each other's shoulders.
Yeah, but when
come on.
Yeah, when clubs call me, they be like, "We need you to do this." Last night, this is a good example. I go in SS Lounge, beautiful place. So my song, I changed my songs, like, oh Lord, I can't, let me change my whole little thing. And I wrote a set. And when the other comedians went up there, they was talking real foul and real nasty. And so I changed my song, from Kurt Franklin to I don't give a fuck about none of this shit, So you have to read the crowd. And that crowd did not want me to get off the stage. And majority of everybody in the room was 40 and older. So people, I just feel like what works for me works for me, and what works for them. And a lot of people have in their head, you won't get on TV because you curse so much. I don't believe that. I think you won't make it on TV if you keep judging people and putting people in profile. They're blackballing y'all. Stop doing that.
Or they're just not being versatile.
Right.
People just can't do it, even though this particular lane is good for you. So if you're into all the derogatory language and talking crazy, but this works for you and it fits, and people want that, and they may just get that. But
right.
That may limit you to get.
It may.
Yeah,
it may.
It's only them. Or a person may holler at you to see if you can do it, but being that you can't. It's like you need like two opportunities. So
Right.
versatile.
Right. It's a double-headed sport. Right. But I am versatile.
Yeah, no, you have a character.
Yeah, Sister No Filter. Shout out to her. She's funny. She is real funny. I watch her myself. I'm like, this lady crazy. She kind of come out on her own.
What made you? What made you create that character?
Because I went and did my homework on a lot of the other comedians' pages, and I was like, they don't have anything to keep the fans following them. Like, they only post when they have a show. So I'm like, I can't just post when I have a show. I need my fans involved until a show comes so they can show up for the show. So I was like, I'm going to be this old lady, Sister No Filter. And I love one of the page, shout out to Esther from Fred Sanford. So that's where it come from. And a lot of people were, Madea. I'm like, no, this is Esther with the purse and the cussing and sucker and, you know, that's Esther. Like, it's not Madea. And so, rest in peace to the queen. So, I'm old school, Richard Pryor, Bernie Mac, those my idols, you know, and that's where she come from. And I feel like behind that wig and that mold, I can kind of get away with things. No, you're not going to tell an old lady to shut the fuck up, you know.
I'll tell her Sister No Filter to shut up.
Oh, God, Jesus. That's mean.
That's who she is.
That's mean.
Nah, me probably not. I still don't. I hardly curse around my mom.
Right.
I mean, and her mouth is crazy.
Really?
But I still don't even feel it. Don't even feel right.
My son don't curse around me.
Find myself.
My son don't curse around me. Yeah, he don't curse around me.
Grandma was well. Just so.
My mom, can I say this? My mom tell me what to say. Shout out to my mom. My mom.
Shout out to mama.
Yes, my mom would say, "What you gonna say for your show?" So I might say it a nice way, like, you know, my knees ashy because I've been in the back. You know, I fell. You know, on some things. She be like, "No, you're gonna put some white chalk on your knees. And you're gonna run in there out of breath like." I just been sucking dick in the back. Then my mom come with this. You know, so that's why I be saying don't judge people. Like, it be older people. My pastor them call, like, we love when you did this. You keep drinking the MD 2020. You know, like, my prayer warriors support this. You know, so because I say what people dare to say or what they feel like they can't say. And what I want the world to know, this is freedom of speech. I have the freedom of speech, freedom of expression. Period. You know, so it's bothering me because I hear it a lot. And until God want me to change, that's when it's gonna change. I wait on God. And right now it's not hindering me from anything. Anything. I'm where people been doing this 20 years are. We're equal. You know, that's God. So it don't matter what I say. It's not what I say. It's the spirit. It's the energy for me.
Yeah, I was saying that earlier to one of the artists that came in because people can't. They just some people be unprepared, some people prepared,
right?
And be like everything ready,
right?
They be overly like, you know what I'm saying, like this week. Oh yeah, I got that too.
Oh good, they was ready.
But and when you do that, especially in the entertainment business, you have to be ready. You have to. You never know when your opportunity is going to come. You never know when you get a shot. So, and it may come time for you to actually take the shot. So, before we even, wrap this thing up, you gotta talk about your show that's on B100 Radio.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Mocha Madhouse, featuring Miss Grady Baby, airs every Thursday, each and every Thursday at 10 p.m. live on YouTube, IG. I need y'all to follow us. It's only going up. It's going to be up and it's stuck. I have some new ideas for the show, so it's going to be all brand new material. Nice. This Thursday, yes, we're going up. And y'all make sure y'all pull your phones out right now and go follow BE100 B100 World Radio right now.
That's
Do
right.
that for your girl. Do that for your girl.
That's right.
Big shout out to Mocha, my co-host. Thank you, Mocha. Thank you so much. Yes, yes. Big shout out to the whole staff for making it happen. It's a team.
Yeah, it is. Listen, this is gonna keep going. Just make sure y'all stay tuned in, man. Subscribe, log on, like to every every platform, like we said. We had shows, music being debuted, it's everything. I mean, it's only gonna get better. It's only gonna get better. I mean, y'all look for real stuff. And talk this no cap and talk. I say y'all want this or what. This is where it's at.
Yes.
B100 Radio is where it's at. Listen, stay tuned. Still got people coming through. Still artists coming through. So make sure you keep it locked right here on B100 Radio. Love y'all.
Yes.